What's going on, Imperials? Welcome to Pop Culture Clash! It's finally come to Earth. 10 years in the making, and we are finally able to witness the culmination of the Marvel Cinematic Universe with Avengers Infinity War. I am beyond excited that I've been a part of this moment in movie history. But for those who don't know, or may have forgotten, the main premise of the villain's plan is to collect all of the Infinity Stones. Each of these are objects of great power in their own right, but put them together, and you can unleash a force that is unstoppable. It's fun to see each of these stones' unique power and how it's being kept. But with the way my brain works, I couldn't help but wonder, what objects in the Pokémon world would be good stand-ins for the Infinity Stones? As they are now, each Infinity Stone has one special area of control. There's the Space Stone, Time Stone, Mind Stone, Soul Stone, Reality Stone, and the Power Stone. So, taking this format, what items could possibly match up? What about the Elemental Stones? No. These stones are supposed to be the most powerful forces in the universe. And you can find evolution stones all over the place. You can just dig them up out of the ground, or buy them in shops. Or your Pokemon can even find them just chilling out on the PC. So we're gonna need something a bit more rare. The most powerful things in the Pokemon world are in fact the Pokemon themselves. But more specifically, legendary Pokemon. And, as luck would have it, most of those have special items that accompany them. But we'll do our best to stick to the prescribed themes. Let's take it one by one. We'll start with the Space Stone. The first thing that I think of with space is of course the Lord of Space himself, Palkia. That would make the Space Stone the Lustrous Orb. And possessing this stone would indeed give you control over space, or at least control over the Pokemon that can control space. But of course, these things are never just lying around on the ground to be scooped up. They need to be hidden away or protected, and the Lustrous Orb is no different. The Pokemon relic related to space sits atop Mount Coronet, the highest point in all of the Sinnoh region. Not only is the journey treacherous to even attempt to reach Spear Pillar, but once there, you may not simply take the stone, for it is indeed guarded. If you wish to wield the Pokemon that controls space, you must first defeat the renegade Pokemon, Giratina. The sole resident of the Distortion World stands between you and the Lustrous Orb, and only by defeating it will you be counted as worthy to possess its power. Since we have the Lustrous Orb, it's safe to assume that the Time Stone would receive similar inspiration. The Adamant Orb is the item associated with Dialga, the Pokemon that controls time. And one might assume that it would be hidden in Spear Pillar as well. And you would be right, except that it was moved a long time ago. Or was it a long time from now? The Adamant Orb now resides in the Ilex Forest. This forest is said to be timeless, and has a shrine to the mythical Pokemon, Celebi. This shrine is where the orb is locked away, and falls under Celebi's protection. As one who travels through time, Celebi is well aware of the risks and the severity of its misuse, making an excellent guardian for such potential power, should anyone want to gain control over Dialga. Next we have the Mind Stone, and despite the name of the item, I believe that the Soul Dew would be a good fit. Firstly, Latios and Latias are incredibly strong psychic types, but beyond that, they share a mental connection that allows them to share and experience each other's emotions. The Soul Dew only strengthens that bond and increases their mental power, and you could wield this power too. But of course, you first have to retrieve the Soul Dew, which lies in the Cave of Origin in the Hoenn region. The stone is in the depths of the cave, protected by Groudon or Kyogre, depending on which of the Eon twins you're trying to awaken. Should you defeat them, you will gain the powers of these psychic dragons for yourself. The mysterious Soul Stone is a difficult one to emulate, but there might just be one item in the Pokemon world that could measure up. The DNA Splicer is the item that can interact with Kyurem and allow it to fuse with Zekrom or Reshiram. Legend says that these three creatures were at one time a single being. So this item can not only merge, but seemingly restore the souls of those within its power. The stone itself resides in the giant chasm in the Unova region. Through this deep valley, there's a cave on the other side that is guarded by Zekrom and Reshiram, to ensure that only those who can master truth and ideals are worthy of wielding the Soul Stone. The Reality Stone is perhaps the hardest to get a handle on, but I believe a relic that could work is the Prison Bottle. This, of course, being the item that can transform Hoopa into its unbound form. Altering this cute little mythical Pokémon into a towering behemoth isn't the only credit to this being the Reality Stone. Hoopa is also capable of opening portals. Truthfully, the full extent of these portals are unknown. It may just be that they can warp holes in the universe, essentially bending it to its will. But it could even be that they open links between alternate realities, with potentially infinite variations of differences from our own universe. The Prison Bottle is in a rather unique location compared to the rest. It resides in the Kalos region in Anistar City. It is actually buried at the heart of the Anistar Sundial. A risky setup to be sure, but the protection here is twofold. Obviously, the city's gym leader is charged with protection of the people there, and Olympia and her psychic types are ready to defend the ancient artifact from falling into the wrong hands. But she's backed by another mythical Pokémon, the one responsible for building the sundial itself, Diancie. Together they guard over the city and the reality-altering Prison Bottle. And finally, we come to the Power Stone, capable of imbuing the wielder with untold strength and raw energy. This one made me immediately think of the Zygarde Cube as a stand-in. This is the object that collects aspects of Zygarde's power and eventually allows it to morph into its complete form, which includes a massive power jump in strength and physical stature. To find the Zygarde Cube, you might want to start in the Alola region. On Pony Island, you'll find an altar deep within the vast Pony Canyon. It takes a long time to reach the summit, but once you're there, that's just the beginning. You see, the Zygarde Cube isn't at the altar. That's just the easiest way for you to reach an Ultra Wormhole. The Power Stone is actually kept in Ultra Megalopolis. That means before you can climb the tower to claim your prize, you have to fend off the Ultra Recon Squad. And even then, once you reach the top, there's one final guardian. Ultra Necrozma stands between you and the Zygarde Cube. And if you can manage to fell this monstrously overpowered beast, then you certainly deserve to have the Power Stone for yourself. So, those are what I believe could be the Infinity Stones if they were in the Pokémon world. Collecting them all would give you a nigh unbeatable team. Now if you'll excuse me, I have to get in line to see Infinity War one more time. What do you think would make the best Pokémon Infinity Stones? Let me know down in the comments. Also be sure to leave a like, share this video, and subscribe so that you too can become an Imperial today. And we'll assemble together next time!